What's up guys, welcome back to FishOfHex. My name is Travis. In today's video we're going to be doing a subscriber request. Now this person asked, how do I clean the filter socks for the 300-gallon reef and where do I store them when they're dirty and when they're clean? So I'm going to cover all of that here in this video and we're trying to make it quick, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so when it comes to storing the dirty filter socks, I like to use two 5-gallon buckets that I picked up at Home Depot. Now, because I not only clean filter socks for myself, but also for multiple clients, I know that once both of these two buckets are full, it's time to go ahead and clean them because that's really all that I can fit inside the washer. Now, regardless of the container that you use to store your filter socks, just make sure you have something with a tight sealing lid because you don't want any of that stuff seeping out. It will definitely stink up whatever room that it's currently in. Now, let's go ahead and move on to what I use to clean the filter socks. Now when it comes to cleaning them, I only use regular plain Jane Clorox bleach. None of that fancy no splash stuff, nothing like that, just regular old Clorox bleach. Okay, so when it comes to cleaning them, it's pretty simple. I just throw them in the washer on a heavy soil cycle, something that is really like a deep clean type of cycle with really hot water. And I just add enough bleach that I feel that might be appropriate. There is a ratio that some people use. For me, I just pour in what I feel will be appropriate. Check after the first cycle to see how dirty they are. If they look dirty, I'll just go ahead and add some more and keep going and then eventually go through the rinse cycle, which I'll talk about here in a second. Now, I recommend if you're cleaning a lot of filter socks, and really the reason why a lot of my clients have me do it is because using a separate washer, I was going to say dishwasher for a second there, a separate washer to clean them is definitely good, but not everybody can afford that, and not everybody has that luxury. I would just make sure before you start cleaning your family's clothes and stuff like that, you go through another rinse cycle just to make sure all that fish poop and stuff is out of the washer. Now, like I said, when it comes to cleaning them, I run them through one time with a decent amount of bleach, see how clean they are, and again, add more bleach if I need to. And then once that's done, I put it through 4 or 5 different rinse cycles to make sure I get all of the bleach out. I like to pull out a filter sock once I'm done, or I feel that I'm done, smell it to see if I smell any bleach. If I do, I'll put it through another rinse cycle. And of course, there might be a hint of bleach when you're finally through, and will eventually go away once they completely dry. So I just go through, make sure you get as much of the bleach off and get them through an appropriate amount of rinse cycles, and then set them out to dry. Now, when it comes to letting them dry, I just let them sit out on this table here in the fish room for a couple days. Because there is a little bit more humidity down here at about 50%, I let them sit out a little bit longer than most people would, which would probably be like 24 hours in a normal lower humidity environment. But for me, 2 or 3 days is definitely enough for them to be completely dried. And at that point, I'll go ahead and I'll pack them in clear plastic bags or garbage bags, then hang them up and then just use them as needed. Other than that, it's a really easy process. I find that I only have to clean filter socks once every 2 or 3 months, and again, it depends on how fast the clients are going through it. And since we all use pretty much the same size, for the exception a couple guys like to use the longer filter socks. I think they're the 10 or 12-inch ones, and I usually use the 8. And other than that, they're pretty much the same, and I just go through and clean them when they're needed. All right, so before I let you guys go, I'm going to show you real quick how I changed the filter socks in this Geo's Reef sump and some of its features. Now, right off the bat, you guys can see that the water is going through the 2 cutouts at the top of the sump. Now, those are there just in case the filter socks get full and the water has to go somewhere and it doesn't spill out onto the floor. Really good feature about this sump, and actually is my kind of my alarm clock of when I need to change the filter socks. I usually wait until I can start hearing that water trickling over into the other chamber, and then I go in there and change the filter socks. Now, ideally, you want to change it before they completely clog up, but for me, with everything going on, it's just easier to go ahead and do it once I start hearing that sound. Now, the entire process takes about all of a minute, and it's really simple. I just go ahead and remove the silencer that sits over the filter socks to cut down on the noise of when the water goes in, and then I just drain out the old sock, put in the new one, replace that silencer, and do that 4 times, and then go ahead and replace the lid. I change my filter socks usually every 2 to 4 days, depending, again, on how much I'm feeding, what else is going on in the tank, surge modes, how much detritus, all that good stuff. And yeah, it's a pretty easy process. So hopefully you guys like this video. If you have any questions about it, let me know in the comment section. If you like this type of content, definitely give it a thumbs up. And if you have any suggestions for more videos like this, feel free to put them in the comment section. So until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Peace.